Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're embarking on an incredible journey, one that peels back layers of myth and misunderstanding to reveal a story of breathtaking scale and brilliance. We're going to talk about Africa, but not the Africa you might have learned about in old textbooks. We're going to explore the true history of Africa before colonization. For centuries, a narrative was pushed that Africa was a dark continent, a land without history, waiting to be discovered. This idea is not just wrong, it's a deliberate erasure of thousands of years of human achievement. The truth is, Africa is the cradle of humanity, and its pre-colonial history is a vibrant tapestry woven with powerful empires, groundbreaking innovations, and sprawling trade networks that connected the globe. Let's rewind the clock, way back. We're talking about the very dawn of our species. It was here, in Africa, that Homo sapiens first emerged. And it was here that humanity took its first creative steps, developing tools, art, and complex social structures. The Blombos Cave in South Africa, for instance, has revealed pieces of engraved ochre and shell beads dating back over 75,000 years, some of the earliest evidence of symbolic thought on Earth. Now, let's fast forward to what we often call ancient history. While pyramids were rising in Egypt, a profoundly African civilization, let's remember other incredible cultures were flourishing across the continent. South of Egypt lay the powerful kingdom of Kush, in what is now modern-day Sudan. The Kushites were not just neighbors to the Egyptians, they were rivals, trading partners, and for a period, they even ruled Egypt as the 25th dynasty, the Black Pharaohs. Their capital, Nero, was a bustling hub of iron production, with so many furnaces that the slag heaps are still visible today, earning it the nickname the Birmingham of Africa. They even developed their own unique script, Meroitic, which we are still working to fully decipher today. Moving west, we find the knot culture in present-day Nigeria, which emerged around 1500 BC. The knot people were master artists, creating stunning terracotta sculptures that are among the oldest known examples of figurative art in sub-Saharan Africa. These weren't just simple pots, they were intricate, life-size statues of humans and animals, showing a society with a deep sense of artistry and cultural identity. They were also among the earliest iron smelters in West Africa, a technology that transformed agriculture and warfare. As we move into the medieval period, from roughly the 5th to the 15th century, the idea of Africa being isolated is completely shattered. This was the golden age of the great West African empires, Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. These empires didn't just exist, they thrived on a colossal scale. Their wealth wasn't just in gold, though they had mountains of it. It was in their complex systems of governance, their centers of learning, and their control over the vast trans-Saharan trade routes. The Ghana Empire was the first of these giants. Its kings were known as Lords of Gold, controlling the flow of this precious metal from the southern forests to the merchants of North Africa. Camel caravans, the ships of the desert, traversed the Sahara, carrying salt, cloth, and books south, and returning north laden with gold, ivory, and other valuable goods. But it was the Mali Empire that truly captured the world's imagination, largely thanks to one man, Mansa Musa. In the 14th century, Mansa Musa, the Emperor of Mali, embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca. His caravan was so vast and his wealth so immense that his journey is still talked about today. It is said he traveled with an entourage of 60,000 men and so much gold that when he passed through Cairo, he gave away enough to devalue the local currency for over a decade. But Mansa Musa wasn't just about wealth. He was a devout Muslim and a patron of learning. On his return, he brought back architects and scholars, transforming cities like Timbuktu and Jan into world-renowned centers of education. Timbuktu wasn't some mythical, faraway place, it was a real, thriving intellectual hub. The Sankar University in Timbuktu was home to hundreds of thousands of manuscripts on subjects ranging from astronomy and mathematics to medicine and law. Scholars from across the Islamic world flocked there to study and teach. The city's libraries were more extensive than many in Europe at the time. This was Africa's own Renaissance, a beacon of knowledge and culture. Further south, other remarkable civilizations were taking shape. In Zimbabwe, The builders of Great Zimbabwe created a magnificent stone city without using any mortar. The walls of its great enclosure are a testament to their incredible architectural and engineering skills. This was the capital of a vast trading empire that stretched to the Indian Ocean, dealing in gold, copper, and ivory, and connecting southern Africa to trade networks that reached as far as China. Archaeologists have found Chinese porcelain and Arabian glass within its ruins, painting a picture of a truly globalized society. On the eastern coast, the Swahili city-states like Kilwa, Mombasa, and Zanzibar were flourishing. These were cosmopolitan port cities, a melting pot of African, Arab, Persian, and Indian cultures. Their inhabitants were skilled sailors and savvy merchants, dominating the Indian Ocean trade. They built beautiful cities with coral stone mosques and grand palaces. The explorer Ibn Battuta, who visited Kilwa in the 14th century, described it as one of the most beautiful and well-constructed towns he had ever seen. The Swahili language itself, a blend of Bantu languages and Arabic, is a living testament to this history of cultural fusion, and we can't forget the Kingdom of Axum. In modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, a major player in the commercial routes between the Roman Empire and ancient India, Axum was a powerful kingdom that, in the 4th century, became one of the first empires in the world to officially adopt Christianity. They erected massive stelae, or obelisks, carved from single pieces of granite, some towering over 100 feet high, a feat of engineering that still baffles experts today. Ethiopia would go on to develop a unique and continuous Christian tradition, creating incredible rock-hewn churches like those in Lalibela, carved directly out of the mountainside. So, what happened? Why is this rich history so often overlooked? The era of colonization brought with it a systematic effort to justify imperial rule by devaluing and erasing the history of the colonized. The narrative of a savage and civilized Africa was constructed to make conquest seem like a noble, civilizing mission. The burning of libraries, the looting of artifacts, and the suppression of local knowledge were all part of this process. It was a strategy of psychological warfare as much as it was a physical occupation. But history can't be erased forever. Thanks to the work of African historians, archaeologists, and scholars, and the preservation of oral traditions passed down through generations of griots and storytellers, the true story is being pieced back together. We are rediscovering a pre-colonial Africa that was dynamic, innovative, and deeply connected to the rest of the world. A continent of powerful empires, brilliant scholars, master artists, and ingenious engineers. Understanding this true history is crucial. It's not about creating a romanticized, perfect past. African societies, like all societies, had their complexities, their conflicts, and their own internal forms of hierarchy and exploitation. But it is about replacing a false narrative of absence with a true narrative of presence and achievement. It restores dignity and provides a more accurate, more complete picture of our shared human story. From the iron smelters of Nak to the astronomers of Timbuktu, from the builders of Great Zimbabwe to the traders of Kilwa, pre-colonial Africa was a world of wonders. It's a history that deserves to be known, celebrated, and taught. It reminds us that history is never a single story. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. I hope this has opened your eyes to a side of history you may not have known. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What part of this history fascinated you the most? Until next time, stay curious.